So you've done the research, booked your tickets, got your hotel, got a car rented, and finally made your way to Sint Maarten to do some plane spotting. That's fantastic, but don't make the mistake of sticking to the beach only. When most people think about plane spotting in Sint Maarten, visiting Maho Beach usually comes to mind. Whether it be riding the fence, capturing a selfie on the beach, or snapping photos from the Sunset Beach Bar, most visitors tend to limit themselves to the waterfront. However, there are a few more views you can check out around the airport if you really want to make the most of your plane spotting adventure on the island. In this video, I'll cover the major spotting locations including Maho Beach and Sunset Beach Bar, as well as a few others that offer a different perspective. Sint Maarten has a good variety of traffic with its share of props, private jets and commercial tube liners coming in on a daily basis. If you really want to see it all, plan your trip around mid-December through April. Peak travel tends to focus around the first week of January as most travelers rush back to their daily lives, and January 2nd usually sees a mass exodus of business jets and general aviation traffic. If you plan to foot it, I'd recommend renting a car as some of the locations are not within walking distance unless you're staying very close to the airport. With that said, let's get to the list, starting with the one that everyone knows about. Let's start by getting the most popular location out of the way. Maho Beach is located to the west of the airport, literally under the approach path for runway 10. If you're looking for overhead flybys or prefer to ride the fence, this is the spot to be, and it's a great location if you want to experience a runway 28 departure. If you're looking to capture the full aircraft within the frame of your photo, you can take a walk either to the Sunset Beach Bar or Driftwood Boat Bar to get a better angle. There's even a beach area near the Sinister Maho if you want something more from the left side. Unfortunately, ramp and taxi shots aren't as easy to get because of the taller fence that was installed a few years ago. Standing on the barriers is also disallowed, and pressing a camera on the fence doesn't seem to work well either because of how small the wire pattern is. To the south side of the airport, there's Dee's Beach Bar, which has a covered deck facing the runway with a great view of the touchdown aiming point markers, that being the solid white bars. To get there, continue driving past Sunset Beach Bar on Beacon Hill Road and make a left on White Sands Road, and keep driving until you're at the end. There's a big sign so you really can't miss it. Now you might need more than one lens as a 70-300mm works well for distant photos, but if you're looking to frame the entire aircraft in one shot while it's directly in front of you, you'll have to go to a much shorter focal length, and 18-55mm should be more than suitable. Even though you're free to check out the deck, it's good manners to support the restaurant by buying at least some food or drinks. If you like this video, please feel free to subscribe for more content like this, and don't forget to hit that bell icon so you don't miss any future updates. If you're hunting runway 28 action, Mary's Boone Hotel is the ideal spot. Located on the southeastern side of the airport, the hotel has two decks overlooking the first turnaround bay and end of runway 28. Due to the trees to the left, it's hard to see runway 10 arrivals in the distance, but you can see aircraft backtracking in either of the two turning bays, as well as departures and landings if they are using runway 28. The one downside is that the deck is not covered, and it can get pretty hot once it warms up. Just like Dee's Beach Bar, staff members won't stop you from visiting the deck, but it's always a good idea to show your support by purchasing food or drinks. To get to Mary's Boone, you can either drive from Airport Road, turning onto Senior Placentia Road, and then making the first right on Simpson Bay Road. Keep driving until you're almost to the end and you'll see the Mary's Boone Hotel sign. If you're staying on the Maho side and willing to make the walk, you can cut through Dee's Beach Bar and walk all the way along the beachfront and enter Mary's Boone from the beach side. Now if you want to spot from the north side, there is Tower Road. It's a stretch of land overlooking the airport to the north near where the air traffic control tower is. To get there, drive along Amazon Road and then turn right on the street just after the solar panel array. Drive past the tower radome and continue left. For some reason, Google Maps GPS was a bit wonky when pointing me to the correct road, so look out for Maho Pharmacy near the small roundabout. Amazon Road is just to the left of the pharmacy. There are a number of empty lots to view the airport from, but it's not a guaranteed location as the lots may sometimes be overgrown with bushes, making it difficult to access. I myself had difficulty getting a good shot of the runway because of how overgrown the area was. While you can get a good shot of the non-gated section of the ramp and the touchdown zone, I fear this area will soon become inaccessible as more developers build villa properties on these empty lots of land. On the upside, you'll soon be able to rent an Airbnb with an unobstructed view of the airport. If you want a different perspective and have a long-range telephoto lens, you can drive up to the radio tower outlook on Cool Bay Hill. At the top is a dish encapsulated in a radome. I'm not sure what the exact purpose of this dish is, but I'm told it's a weather radar linked to Sint Maarten's meteorological department. Unlike the other locations mentioned above, you'll have to do a bit of driving into the town to get to Mango Road. There are many ways to get to the bottom of the hill, so just punching Radio Tower Outlook in your Maps app and you should be fine. Once you get to the top, you'll need to walk up the steps of the station and then along the right until you're on the western side. From here, you'll have an excellent view of the airport and surrounding areas. The tower is about 2.5 miles away from the airport, and even my 300mm lens struggles to capture close-up shots. It's a great location if you want to see planes making that famous right turn after departing runway 10. Maybe you'll be lucky to capture a 2-8 arrival if the winds call for it. The one concern I have with this location is the potential dangers of high-frequency radiation. At the foot of the station, there is a sign warning visitors of the risk of high voltage lines and high-frequency radiation. When walking along the side, you'll notice 2 large cables leaving the station. Those should be avoided so as not to cause damage and injury to the lines and yourself. While the dish itself should not pose an immediate threat as it's high off the ground, I won't advise staying here for extended periods of time given the very close proximity to the station. If you want to spot here, time your departures and arrivals so that you're only standing at the lookout when the aircraft are either departing or landing. If you want to stay longer, return to the roadside beyond the warning sign in between arrivals so that you can limit potential HF exposure. If you're looking to combine your stay and spotting experience in one, there are 2 major hotels and a number of Airbnbs worth checking out. For starters, there is the famous Sint Maarten and Sint Ocean Point located on the left side of the approach spot next to Maarten Beach. Depending on where your room is, you may or may not get a view of the threshold, but you'll be able to see all the aircraft on final approach. Then there is the Morgan Resort and Spa Hotel, located on the right side of the runway next door to Sunset Beach Bar. They offer roof access with an excellent view of runway 10. Unfortunately, this was the one property I could not visit as it was closed for renovations when I was last in Sint Maarten. Besides these, there are a number of Airbnbs popping along Nile Road and off Amazon Road, offering a good view of the apron and runway from the north side. This isn't an exhaustive list, but the remaining spots are near the side of the road and may either not be safe because of the proximity of passing cars or just don't offer that great of a view without the fence getting in the way. If you've got any more secret spots, please feel free to share them in the comments. As always, thanks for the support and don't forget to subscribe for more.